Modern sport side-by-sides for 2026 are getting absolutely wild. More power, more suspension, and more tech than ever. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 5 sport side-by-sides for 2026. Number 5. CanAm Maverick X3 XRS Turbo RR. We're kicking things off with the machine that really set the modern long travel standard, the CanAm Maverick X3 XRS Turbo RR. Under the rear deck, you've got a 900cc Rotax triple, turbocharged to acclaimed 200 horsepower, running through a CVT with high and low range, and CanAm's Smart Lock front differential. It's not the newest rig on this list, but that power-to-weight ratio still slaps. Suspension is where the X3 earned its reputation. The XR's TurboRR package brings about 22 inches of front travel and 24 inches of rear travel with Fox 2.5 and 3.0 podium bypass shocks, plus Smart Shock's semi-active damping on the higher trims. Ground clearance sits around 16 inches, wheelbase is roughly 102 inches, and it rolls on 32 by 10 by 14 Maxxis Carnivore tires at all 4 corners. That long wheelbase and 72-inch stance give it a super planted feel at speed. Inside, it's all business. 2 seats or a max 4-seat version, adjustable bucket seats, 4-point harnesses on the X package, and a 7.6-inch digital display. Fuel capacity is about 10.5 gallons, and you've got CanAm's usual accessory-ready 850-watt charging system. The X3 might be the elder statesman here, but the combination of 200 horsepower, big travel, and a massive aftermarket keeps it firmly in the top 5. Number 4, Polaris RZR Turbo R. At number 4, we've got the Polaris RZR Turbo R. Basically the little brother to the ProR, but still a weapon. Power comes from a 925 cubic centimeter ProStar Turbo Twin, making around 181 horsepower, fed through Polaris's PVT-CVT transmission with high and low range and selectable 2-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. It's not the highest horsepower on this list, but it's plenty spicy and proven. The big story on the Turbo R is suspension. Like the Pro R, it brings about 27 inches of usable travel up front and roughly 28 inches in the rear, helped by massive Fox live valve shocks on the premium trims. The chassis is 74 inches wide with 16 inches of ground clearance, and the 4-seat version stretches a 125-inch wheelbase for stability. Fuel capacity is about 13 gallons. You can get it in 2-seat and 4-seat layouts, both with full doors, ride command touchscreen on the higher trims, and factory 32-inch tires. The manufacturer's suggested retail price for a Turbo R4 Premium lands in the mid-$30,000 range, with ultimate trims climbing from there. The Turbo R isn't the king of power anymore, but when you blend its suspension, stability, and price point, it's still one of the best all-around desert and dune packages you can buy. Number 3, Kawasaki Teryx H2. Number 3 is the new chaos machine on the block, the Kawasaki Teryx H2. This thing is nuts. Kawasaki stuffed a 999 cubic centimeter inline-4 supercharged engine in the back and claims about 250 horsepower using their ISO rating. Power goes through a belt-driven CVT with high-low range and selectable 2-wheel drive or all-wheel drive with a locking front differential. It's basically Ninja H2 superbike tech turned into a family desert car. Suspension is equally wild. Fox 3.0 shocks with Kawasaki's KECS adaptive damping deliver around 23.2 inches of front travel and 24 inches in the rear. Ground clearance is about 16.5 inches on the max setting. And from the factory, you're sitting on 33-inch Maxxis Carnivore Plus tires with beadlock wheels. This is serious hardware aimed straight at desert whoops and dune lines. Where Kawasaki really separates itself is seating and cabin layout. The Teryx H2 offers 4 high-backed bucket seats with an optional 5th seat in the middle rear on some trims, meaning you can bring more friends than any other rig on this list. Fuel capacity is about 14.8 gallons, and the Deluxe ES trims add a roof, 6-speaker stereo, and a 10-inch Garmin touchscreen with navigation and off-road menus. The manufacturer's suggested retail price for the base Teryx H2 is in the upper $30,000 range, with the loaded Deluxe ES pushing into the mid-$40,000 range. The Teryx H2 isn't just about numbers, it's about that insane supercharged hit, while still being able to take the whole crew along for the ride. Number 2, Polaris RZR Pro R. In the runner-up spot, we've got the benchmark desert car, the Polaris RZR Pro R. This is the only rig here running a big 2.0-liter four-cylinder. Polaris's ProStar Fury engine is a 1,997 cubic centimeter naturally aspirated 4, making about 225 horsepower, spinning a beefed-up PVT CVT with multiple drive modes and two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, and four-wheel drive lock. It might not be turbocharged, but it pulls hard and sounds like a rally car. The ProR suspension is what put everyone on notice. About 27 inches of usable front travel and 29 inches in the rear, thanks to MaxLink suspension and Big Fox live valve shocks. It's 74 inches wide with 16 inches of ground clearance and a long wheelbase, which makes it ridiculously stable at race speeds. Fuel capacity is roughly 12 gallons on the standard two-seat trims. Inside, the ProR steps up the tech with Polaris's latest Ride Command touchscreen, fresh air cabin venting on newer model years, and optional premium audio. Two-seat and four-seat versions are available, all with 32-inch tires and a serious aftermarket for cages, long travel kits, and race parts. Manufacturer's suggested retail price for a 2026 RZR Pro R starts around $43,999 before options. If you want a production desert car that feels like a race chassis out of the box, the Pro R is still one of the most dialed, proven platforms you can buy. Honorable mentions: Speed UTV, Segway Supervillain, CF Moto Z-Force Z10. Before we hit number 1, a quick shout out to the wildcards. Speed UTV's El Jefe runs a 999 cubic centimeter turbo twin, making about 225 horsepower on pump gas, and up to a claimed 300 horsepower with the Speed Key and E85, backed by a CVT and a 77-inch stance aimed squarely at go-fast desert guys. The Segway Supervillain SX20T brings automotive tech with a 2.0-liter Turbo 4, up to 235 horsepower in gas form, and around 330 horsepower in the hybrid SX20T version, plus a 6-speed automatic with paddle shifters. And CF Moto's new Z-Force Z10 platform, including the Z10-4, uses a 998 cubic centimeter turbo triple with about 143 horsepower, around 14 inches of ground clearance, and an 11.8 gallon tank at a much lower price point than most of this list. All three are super interesting, but they're still relatively new, in low production, and don't yet have the same aftermarket depth or long-term track record as our main 5 picks. So we're watching to see how they shake out over the next couple of seasons. Number 1, CanAm Maverick R. Taking the top spot for 2026 is the CanAm Maverick R. CanAm built this thing from the ground up to go after ProR, and it shows. The Maverick R runs a 999 cubic centimeter turbocharged 3-cylinder, the Rotax 999T, making a claimed 240 horsepower paired to a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission with high and low range and multiple drive modes. No belt, no CVT, just direct, crisp shifts and huge power. Suspension numbers are just as crazy, about 25 inches of front travel and 26 inches in the rear with forged aluminum tall knuckles and Fox 2.5 and 3-inch podium shocks using Smart Shocks Live Valve Gen 3. Ground clearance sits at 17 inches, width is 77 inches, and it rolls on 32-inch Tenacity XNR tires on 16-inch beadlocks. That combo gives you huge bump absorption with razor-sharp steering. The chassis and cockpit are where the Maverick R really feels next-gen. 108-inch wheelbase, a super stiff cage, full doors, and a high-end interior with a 10.25-inch touchscreen, 4.5-inch digital cluster, front and rear cameras, and CanAm's DESS security system. Fuel capacity is 13.2 gallons, and dry weight is around 2,250 pounds for the XRS with smart shocks. Manufacturer's suggested retail price for the Maverick R lineup starts in the mid-$30,000 range, with the XRS Smart Shocks trim stepping up from there. But you're getting DCT, big power, and top-tier suspension right out of the crate. For 2026, when you average out horsepower, suspension travel, and ground clearance, plus the tech and driving experience, the Maverick R is the most well-rounded, future-proof sport side-by-side on the market. Drop a comment and tell us which one you take home. Hit like if you love side-by-sides as much as we do, and make sure you're subscribed to SxSWeRide for more real-world off-road breakdowns. We'll see you on the trails.